there are many associated events. For example, the photography competition and some painting competition or exhibition concerning the tulip, and also some demonstration or display of the varieties of the tulip. But the most attractive scenery for this festival is that a giant, or we can say the largest, tulip carpet, just you can see from our camera.
Design, and you can see the technical details of the carpet. The design means the eye, according to the Turkish culture, and we use 565,000 tulips. We planted them 3 months ago in pots, just water, and every square, every rectangle is about 40 centimeter to 60 centimeter, and there is 111 tulips in it. We put them one by one to create this graphic, this carpet, and it lasts about 3 days to produce this carpet.
阿坎先生也是跟我们介绍了一下这个关于这个郁金香地毯的一个筹备的情况。首先呢，刚才大家从这个
Okan just introduced us how they prepare this giant carpet. So for this giant carpet, it is comprised of 565,000 tulips. So all of these tulips are arranged in orderly sequence, and it took them 3 months to plant these tulips. And also it took them 3 days to arrange the tulips.
And there's the Blue Mosque on the other side. It is from the 15th century, a very famous mosque. And there are tiles in it. That's why it's called Blue Mosque. And there are tulip ornaments in these tiles as well.
我们也可以看到，在这个郁金香节，就是这个其实它我们现在所在的地点呢叫
And we can see that in this festival.
只是此次伊斯坦布尔。
Now we are at the Sultan Hamad Square.
那么这个分会场呢，因为在整个郁金香节期间，除了这里以外呢，伊斯坦布尔的各个公园。
Actually, it is not the main venue for the International Tulip Festival. And the Tulip Festival has been also shown in other gardens. It is of a historic scenic spot for Istanbul. The reason why they choose this place to host the Tulip Festival and demonstrate the carpet is because this area is of very significant historic connotation. On the right side, we can see the very famous St. Sophia Cathedral. On the left side, it is actually another well-known blue mosque. If you compare Istanbul to Beijing and Shanghai, so this square can be considered as Wangfujing in Beijing. So it is a very important space for this city. And now we are in the group of the medium price coverage, so maybe you cannot see many visitors. But actually, there are many people coming here to visit this festival. On the other side, you can see there are huge crowds of people. They are appreciating the carpet.
Actually, Istanbul has 15 million tourists per year, and according to our experiences, there are about in American Park, maybe we will see later, 200,000 visitors per month. The Tulip Festival starts at 1st of April and it goes till the end of the April. And you know what? All the flowers that we plant are produced in Turkey, in Konya. The producer have a capacity about 50 million tulips per year. And 30 million we buy, and the other 20 million is exporting to other countries, like Holland.
那个奥卡先生呢，也是给我们介绍了一下，每年呢，就是来伊斯坦布尔旅游的这个游客啊，可能要到5000万。那么
So Okan just told us that every year over 50 million visitors come here to visit.
这个郁金香节呢，它大多数的郁金香都是由本土来这个种植，并且
And for the tulip festival, most of the tulip are raised locally.
郁金香每年呢，除了这个自己的展示以外呢，也会出口到诸如像荷兰。
In addition to the Turkey-grown tulip, some of the tulips are actually exported to other countries, for example, the Netherlands.
You want to know what else?
Yeah. So what we want to know is why tulip becomes a very important symbol in the Turkish culture.
Actually, that is why it's a very important flower in our history and in our culture. You know what? The tulip comes from Tian Shan Mountains. Once we were settling in the Middle Asia, and we bring the flower with us, the flower bulbs, the tulip bulbs with us at our horseback till Anatolia. And we planted in Turkey from the 12th century. We have some tiles coming from the 12th century. It is the first time that the bulbs come to Anatolia. And then we love this flower. In the 16th century, we gave them the tulips to the Holland, and it became more famous. And you know what? It connects China to Turkey, Turkey to Holland, Holland to Canada, and whole world. It's like a friendship flower.
So sometimes someone, because if someone doesn't familiar with the tulip, they will think, oh, maybe tulip is come from Holland.
Yeah, that's a common mistake. Actually, it comes from Turkey. The mainland is Turkey, motherland. In the 16th century, the Ottoman Empire gave it as a present to Holland, and they start to agriculture about the tulip. And you know, in the 17th century, there's a tulipomania in Amsterdam and in Holland. One tulip bulb becomes thousands of golden liras. And we have a tulip era in our history, in Ottoman Empire. In the 18th century, it is the most important time for the culture, for the architecture, for the poetry, music, and literature.
奥凯先生也是跟我们讲述了一下这个郁金香在土耳其文化历史中一个非常重要的作用。
And Okan just gave us a brief introduction of the history of the tulip in the culture of Turkey. And actually, tulip was first found in Tian Shan Mountain, and later on, this beautiful flower was brought to Turkey. And in the 12th century, there were many people grow tulip. When it comes to the 16th century, the tulip was further introduced to the Netherlands and received popularity from the Europeans. So many people may think that when we talk about tulip, they will think of the Netherlands and the national flower of the tulip, but actually that was not the case. From the historic standpoint, Turkey is the home to tulip. It is Turkey who bring tulip alive.
Let's have a look to the carpet, a close view, right?
Yes. Let's go. 我们现在呢也是去从平台上那个观景平台上走下去，那么我们可以近距离的去采访一些参观的民众。
Now we will have a closer look at the tulip flower and also interview some visitors.
Okay. Maybe we can find some coming from China.
大家可以从这个目前的镜头里面看到是，我们现在已经是从这个观赏花的赏花平台走。
So from the camera, you can see there are huge crowds of people here.
大家可以看到，在这个郁金香频道外围是已经是用。
And on the right side is the carpet.
这也主要是。
And we have a security fence here to protect the tulip carpet. And the visitors can also take a closer look at this carpet.
So, excuse me.
And making sure that the tulip will not be destroyed.
So, can you share with can you speak Turkish? Okay, thank you. So, you're from Palestine?
Yeah.
Oh, Assalamu alaikum. I can speak Arabic. I can speak Arabic.
speak Arabic.
Yeah. So, ممكن يعني تتحدث لنا يعني انطباعاتكم عن حضور المهرجان التوليب هذه السنة؟ ممكن يعني تتحدث لنا أمام الموبايل عن يعني انطباعاتكم عن التوليب؟ فكيف يعني رأيكم أو انطباعاتكم المدينة؟
مدينة حلوة فيها كل شيء، بتلاقي فيها محلات أكل، محلات حلو، محلات سياحية، فيها كل شيء، فيها كل شيء بتمتع فيه السائح.
يعني إذا عند يعني فرصة هل تريد يعني تزور اسطنبول أو تزور تركيا مرة أخرى؟
طبعا.
شكرا.
على خير.
我们刚才是采访到了一位来自巴勒斯坦的一位游客，那正巧，我也会几句阿拉伯语，因此呢，也是用这个阿拉伯语对他进行了一个采访。他说啊
We just interviewed a visitor coming from Palestine, so I speak a bit Arabic, so I interviewed him using Arabic, and he said it's the first time for him to come to Istanbul. And it's a great pleasure to actually have a look at these tulips. Because in the past, he wasn't able to see such tulips in other parts of the world, so he felt very happy. And he felt that Istanbul is such a beautiful city, and he actually used the word sweet. It's a sweet city, and in future, if there is a chance to visit this city again, he will actually come to the city and also have a view at the beautiful tulips again in future, if possible. Mr. Erkan just wanted to find two visitors for our interview. So let's continue to look around to see if there are visitors that can participate in the interview.
We decided to make a carpet made of tulips. This has not been done before. It doesn't like it. And we planted them 3 months. Design on make the public to see and share.
他们说呢，就是其实在这个，可能是因为我们现在目前在这个郁金香地毯的一个内部，那么刚才也是引起这个安全人员的注意，那么我们可能要稍微一段距离。
Well, it's because here we are actually in this very close to this tulip carpet. So let's move closer, move forward a bit. So because we are behind the security line, we cannot meet a lot of visitors because visitors are not allowed to go in this area.
Third time or the first time, right?
This is the fourth time, yes. Every year we have a different design.
Now let's continue with our interview.
Presents the eye. This design is a famous Turkish carpet design. That means it's the eye that protects you from the evil.
It's different or the same?
Sure, every year we have a different design and different colors.
华凯先生跟我们说啊，就是今年的这个像大家刚才看到这个郁金香地毯，从到处看到这个郁金香地毯，它这个主题啊是眼睛。那么今年呢已经是虽然说这个郁金香节已经是举办了13届，但是今年是。
Alkan just told us that the carpet that you see for this year's Tulip Festival is actually inspired by the eye, and Turkey has been holding a total of 13 tulip festivals, and this is the fourth time that they have this carpet. So that means it's not every festival will have this carpet. And in every year, we have a different design. If we have the carpet, we have different designs of carpet.
They like to take photos and share it on the internet. In Instagram or some other is a remembrance from the festival. And we have exhibitions about tulip. And the story of tulip is interesting, actually. We use in every places of our culture, like in a real carpet, like in the ceramic tiles. Tulips as an ornament on our cupboard, or as an ornament as a jewel. We use the tulip design in every part of our.
So in the past, do we faced any, how to say, any challenges or difficulties when we arrange the festival now?
Yeah, actually, this is the biggest tulip carpet in the world.
In the world.
This is the challenge. Yeah, every year we try to make it a little bit bigger. Previous year, but you know it's a limited and historical site, and it has a limit. But first year it was 1,400 square meters, and then 1,500 feet, and now it's 1,734. And the challenge is to bring all these live and display them in a proper place for a 2 weeks time.
说啊，就是每年这个要这个进行这个郁金香地毯的展示呢，也是一番经历。首先呢，就是要保证在这个郁金香在运到伊斯坦布尔的这个过程中呢，仍然是保持盛开，仍然是保持一个盛开的状态，也就是非常重要的一个保鲜的一个功能。那么同时呢
，Firstly, to facilitate the exhibition, we need to make sure the tulips are in a good condition when they are transported. And also, the visitors in every year's festival are increasing in number. And every year, the festival wants to have a bigger and bigger carpet.
We did it and we succeeded, and we will try to make it more beautiful and bigger every year, larger every year. And as an example, there are tulip carpets in the world. One will be in Ottawa, the Canada Tulip Festival. It is smaller than this one. And we are having connections with Chinese authorities to make a bigger tulip carpet in Beijing. Beijing Tulip Festival. Maybe next year we are designing that. An idea, but I hope that it will be.
那大家先生们也是跟我们提到了，包括在 这个在这个郁金香上，土耳其一些合作计划，包括他们有可能合作在北京。也去就是进行一个组织策划一个郁金香的地毯，包括它说了。
Alkan just told us that Turkey might have future cooperation with China in terms of tulip, for example, holding or curating a carpet of tulip in Beijing in future. That's possible. And they have this inspiration of developing a world map composed of tulips.
I hope the tourism sector, and we are waiting for the Chinese to come to Istanbul or the whole Turkey for a tourism destination. It's a nice destination. Not only the tulip festival or the tulip, but you know we have a historical site and there are lots of natural beauties in Istanbul, in Turkey as well. Dining is good, drinking is good, and in good. The hotels are the best hotels in Europe.
So, as you mentioned, it seems you have visited China.
Yes.
So, can you just
about 2 weeks ago, I participated in the opening the Istanbul Tulip Festival. They planted a lot of tulips. Nice design, and it designed like an Amsterdam Amsterdam city, and I see that the Chinese people have paying attention and giving to the tulips and the flowers. And if they come to Istanbul and Turkey, they will see more beautiful and good designed flowers in the tulip festival.
阿坎先生跟我们说呢，其实中国人啊，因为他2周前刚刚去过中国，他发现中国人呢对这个郁金香其实也是非常的热爱，包括他之前2周前呢是去这个上海，包括扬州进行一个应该说是一个访问。
Alkan just said that he has been to China and he has found that tulips are very popular among Chinese people. 2 weeks ago, he went to Shanghai and Yangzhou for a visit.
We have a question about the tulip. We look at the tulip as a friendship flower, and I hope there will be more cooperation about the tulip sector, tourism sector, and we will make common projects. Maybe we design, they establish, and the others will finance. And I think that will be a new point of view to our relationship, according to friendship.
So, I mean, 2 weeks ago, what's the project? I mean, you worked in.
The project was as I told you, the Istanbul Tulip Festival, the opening ceremony, and talking about the Chinese Beijing Tulip Festival and the tulip carpet design.
那么2周前呢，去这个中国，那么奥卡先生主要是进行这个关于郁金香，也是郁金香节的一个策划的一个推荐，或者是去进行一个创意的这个经验上面的一个。
2 weeks ago, Alkan visited China. And his main purpose of visit is actually to participate in the curation of a tulip festival and sharing his experiences. He mentioned that China and Amsterdam have a lot in common in tulips, so there is a possibility for future cooperation on tulips.
As we can see, tulip is a symbol for the friendship on the Silk Road.
And we're expecting to have, for example, a beautiful tulip festival like what we have here.
And then other commercial roads to Holland. And it connects China to to Anatolia and Turkey, and from Turkey to all Europe. And I think this will be the same during these years. It's the thing we're finding China to Turkey, Turkey to Europe.
那么奥凯先生说啊，这个郁金香也可以作为是“一带一路”上各个国家进行这个交流上的一个象征，包括就是这个丝绸之路上，像这个郁金香以前就是通过这个丝绸之路由这个天山。
Alkan just said that the tulip is a friendship flower on the Silk Road, because in the past, tulips were transported from the Tian Shan mountain to Turkey and Anatolia, and then it developed further in Turkey.
And the tulip will become a symbol for the cooperation on the Belt and Road initiatives. Let's give you a preview, and tomorrow we will go to another section to broadcast you the Tulip Festival. And tomorrow we will further explore the cultural significance of tulip. And tomorrow we will bring you